Josef Gregory Mahoney joins us now from Shanghai. He's a professor of politics and international relations at East China Normal University. Joseph, good to see you. We had a very broad update there from Xi Jinping. Can you give us a bit more detail in terms of what are the needs that are most pressing right now for the people there? It's a very remote region. Have authorities being able to access the area properly and bring the things that those people need the most?
Well, I've been to this part of China several times. The people who live there are friendly and gregarious, but they're not unfamiliar with hardship. Those acquainted with these areas know they experience moments of serene ecological beauty, where the semi-arid plains of Gansu give way to the mountains rising up to the Tibetan plateau of Qinghai, which, as we know, was also affected by the earthquake. And as your report noted, this area is defined by long-standing tectonic collisions of the Indian and Eurasian plates, which makes earthquakes a perpetual risk, as well as the arid and semi-arid conditions, as well as the fact that the area experiences on average only 155 frost-free days per year. And again, as was repeatedly noted, the cold weather is probably the biggest concern at this point, and that's probably what is most concerning to people who are still waiting to be rescued. Although the good news is it sounds like most have been recovered at this point, and now it's about trying to stay warm and move forward. So the primary concern now is to ensure that risk associated with secondary disasters that typically follow an earthquake are mitigated as much as possible. This includes moving quickly to clear highways of debris that impede emergency and regular traffic, which we've heard has happened, trying to ensure the secure functioning of electrical, heating, and communication systems, which we've also heard is up and running, as well as meeting people's local basic living needs, including adequate food and shelter, which, although there were reports that people were staying warm by fires last night, that they have access to heating now in the shelter that are being provided to them.
And of course, part of the issue is getting through the rest of the winter. We've still got many months of it to go. Given that the infrastructure has been so badly damaged, how do you think resources will be used to ensure more sturdy, better long-term conditions for the people living there?
One of the things China does relatively well, and in fact exceptionally well, developing country, is respond to natural disasters. It has the capacity to mobilize tremendous resources quickly, and likewise to shift public attention to these kinds of problems, prompting an outpouring of public concern and support. And we're seeing that happening now. We've seen, of course, the leadership at the highest levels making this a priority. We see people in social media talking about this and concern and looking for ways to help. Now, this won't change the fate of those who've already lost their lives, which we see estimates of between 120 to 130 presently. But it will help save many others and help others recover, including the estimated 700 injured. But, again, what China does well is deal with infrastructure problems. And it's also got a number of programs for rural revitalization and improving the countryside. I think that there will be some people taking a close, careful look at how they can improve the lives of these local people, who, by the way, disproportionately is home to one of China's smaller ethnic minority groups, the Bonan people, or in Chinese we say Bao'an people. And so I think this will attract the necessary attention for a long-term recovery and rebuild when and where appropriate response.
All right, Joseph, really appreciate your time. Josef Gregory Mahoney.